Welcome to Organic Health Hub, your trusted source for all things related to natural health and well-being. Today, we dive into a game-changing habit that can transform your life: continuous learning. In an ever-changing world, continuous learning is the key to staying relevant. It's about expanding our skills and knowledge base on a regular basis, not just during formal education. This isn't just about professional development, though that's certainly a significant aspect. It's also about personal growth, about becoming more complex, more nuanced, more understanding. It's about keeping our minds sharp, engaged, and flexible. It's about evolving with the world around us. It's about being an active participant in our own lives, not just a passive observer. The habit of continuous learning is a powerful tool for self-improvement, and it can open doors you never even knew existed. But like any habit, it requires practice, commitment, and a bit of strategy. Are you ready to embrace the habit of continuous learning? Before we dive in, let's quickly revisit our previous episode, Unlocking Your Creative Potential. We discussed the importance of breaking free from the chains of conventional thinking, embracing ambiguity, and harnessing the power of divergent thought. We also touched on the significance of fostering a creative environment and nurturing curiosity. These are all essential components to not just think outside the box, but to expand the box itself. Remember, creativity and learning go hand in hand. Understanding the science of learning can help us become more effective learners. Let's dive into the fascinating world of our brains. The brain is an incredible organ that continuously adapts and learns from the world around us. This capability is known as neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity isn't just a fancy term for the brain's flexibility. It's the fundamental process that allows us to learn and adapt. When we learn something new, our brain forms new connections between neurons, creating a pathway for information to flow. Now, imagine a forest. The first time you walk through an untouched part of the forest, it's challenging, right? You have to navigate around trees, bushes, rocks, and maybe even some wildlife. But the more you walk the same path, the easier it becomes. The grass is trampled down, and you start to recognize landmarks. This is similar to how our brain forms new pathways. The first time you learn something new, it can be challenging. But with repetition and practice, that information flows more easily along the pathway, just like walking a well-trodden path in a forest. But it's not enough to just repeat something a few times and expect to remember it forever. Our brains need time to solidify these connections. That's why cramming for a test the night before rarely works in the long run. Instead, spreading out our learning over time, a technique known as spaced repetition, can help strengthen these neural pathways and improve our long-term retention of information. And finally, let's not forget about the role of sleep in learning. Sleep isn't just a time for your body to rest. It's also when your brain consolidates and organizes what you've learned during the day. So getting a good night's sleep is essential for effective learning. Harness the power of your brain and make learning a lifelong journey. With understanding and utilizing the science of learning, you can become more effective in absorbing new information, mastering new skills, and ultimately, transforming your life. Let's delve into some powerful strategies for continuous learning. First on our list is active learning. This is not a spectator sport, folks. Active learning is about engaging with the material, questioning, discussing, and applying what you've learned. Picture this. You're not just reading a book, you're in a conversation with the author. You're not just watching a video, you're analyzing it, dissecting it, making it part of your thought process. That's active learning, and it's a game changer. Next up, we have spaced repetition. This is a strategy based on the forgetting curve, a concept that illustrates how our memory of new information decreases over time. But here's the kicker. If we revisit that information at the right intervals, we can counteract this natural forgetting process. So instead of cramming all your learning into one session, space it out. Review the material after a day, then a week, then a month. You'll find that the information sticks around for a lot longer. Now let's talk about interleaving. This strategy involves switching between different topics or types of tasks within a single study session. It might feel a bit chaotic at first, but it has been shown to improve long-term retention and transfer of skills. So instead of spending an entire afternoon on one topic, mix it up. A bit of math, a bit of science, a bit of literature. It keeps the brain on its toes and makes learning a more dynamic process. Last but not least, we have the Feynman technique, named after the brilliant physicist Richard Feynman. This technique is simple, yet powerful. The idea is to understand a concept well enough that you can explain it in simple terms to a 5-year-old. Start by studying the topic, then explain it in your own words as if you were teaching it to someone else. If you stumble, go back to the source material. Rinse and repeat until you can explain it smoothly. This technique ensures that you truly understand the concept, not just memorize it. Now, these are just some of the strategies you can employ in your quest for continuous learning. There are many more out there, and different strategies work better for different people. So experiment, find what works best for you, and keep tweaking your learning process. Remember, continuous learning is not about reaching a destination. It's about the journey, about constantly improving, evolving, and growing. It's about developing a love for learning and nurturing a curious mind. Apply these strategies and witness the transformation in your learning process. And as you do, you'll find that the world becomes a more interesting place, filled with endless opportunities to learn, grow, and thrive. A growth mindset is key to continuous learning. Now you might be wondering, what does this mean? Let's dive into it. There are two types of mindsets that people often operate from: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. In a fixed mindset, individuals believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed traits. They think these traits are innate, unchangeable. They tend to avoid challenges, give up easily when faced with obstacles, and often view effort as fruitless or worse, as a sign of low intelligence. They also feel threatened by the success of others, which can lead to a sense of inadequacy and a fear of failure. On the flip side, in a growth mindset, individuals understand that their abilities and intelligence can be developed. They believe that they can grow, learn, and improve through hard work and persistence. They're not afraid of challenges. In fact, they embrace them as opportunities for growth. They persist in the face of setbacks, see effort as a path to mastery, and find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. So how does a growth mindset promote continuous learning? Well, it's simple. When you embrace a growth mindset, you believe in the possibility of improvement and growth. You're not deterred by challenges or setbacks. Instead, you see them as opportunities to learn and improve. This keeps you motivated to learn continuously, to keep pushing your boundaries, to keep growing. Think about it. If you believe you're born with a certain level of intelligence and that's all there is, why would you bother learning anything new? But if you believe that you can improve, that you can grow, that you can learn, then every day becomes a new opportunity to do just that. Adopting a growth mindset isn't just about professional or academic growth, it's about personal growth too. It's about becoming a better version of yourself. It's about understanding that you're not defined by your failures, but by your ability to learn from them and move forward. It's about realizing that your potential is limitless, and all it takes to unlock it is a willingness to learn, to grow, to improve. So how can you cultivate a growth mindset? Start by embracing challenges instead of avoiding them. See failures not as evidence of unintelligence, but as a heartening springboard for growth and stretching your existing abilities. Understand that effort is not just worthwhile, but necessary for growth. Celebrate the success of others instead of feeling threatened by it. And most importantly, remember that you're always a work in progress, that you're always learning, always growing. Embrace a growth mindset and unlock limitless learning potential. Remember, the key to continuous learning isn't just about gathering more information or acquiring more skills. It's about cultivating a mindset that embraces growth, that sees potential in every challenge, that celebrates effort, and that understands that we're always capable of more. So start today. Embrace a growth mindset. Keep learning, keep growing, and watch as you transform, not just your mind, but your life. Learning is not always smooth sailing. Overcoming obstacles is part of the journey. As we chart our course through the sea of knowledge, we often come across towering waves of challenges. But remember, every wave we ride, every storm we weather, strengthens our resolve and enriches our understanding. One common obstacle to learning is lack of focus. In our hyper-connected world, distractions are just a click away. But when we let our attention scatter, we dilute our learning power. To overcome this, cultivate the art of mindfulness. Be fully present in the moment. When you study, let your world be just you and your subject. Another hurdle is the fear of failure. It's natural to fear making mistakes, but it's through mistakes that we learn the most. Don't let the fear of failure paralyze you. Instead, foster a growth mindset. View each failure as a stepping stone to success. Next, we have the obstacle of information overload. In the digital age, we're bombarded with more information than our brains can process. The key to overcoming this is selective focus. Prioritize quality over quantity. Seek out reliable sources and focus on digesting information thoroughly, rather than trying to consume everything. Then there's the challenge of maintaining motivation. Learning is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when your enthusiasm wanes. To keep the motivation alive, set clear, achievable goals. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small, and remember why you started this journey in the first place. Lastly, we must address the obstacle of time. "I don't have time" is a common refrain, but time is a resource we all have in equal measure. It's not about having time, it's about making time. Prioritize learning in your daily schedule. Dedicate a specific time each day for focused learning. Overcoming these obstacles is not easy, but it's worth it. After all, learning is the key to personal growth and fulfillment. So let's rise above these challenges. Let's fuel our minds with knowledge, and let's keep the flame of learning alive. In our next episode, we will explore another critical skill for personal growth: time management. Picture this: your tasks are completed with ease, deadlines met effortlessly, and spare time is plentiful. This is not a dream, but a reality within your reach. Our upcoming episode, Mastering Time Management for Productivity, will equip you with the tools to transform your time into a tool of empowerment, catapulting your productivity to new heights. Join us next time as we delve into mastering time management for productivity. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video valuable, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Organic Health Hub. Feel free to share your questions, experiences, or topics you'd like us to explore in future videos in the comments section below. Explore these other videos from our channel too.